I'm so excited to chat with you today about the one thing that is at the heart of all of the digital marketing strategies that I create, copywriting. So copywriting is everything from writing website and sales page copy to crafting nurture sequences and lead magnets. The key is to ensure that all of your copy is story-driven and personality-infused. It needs to hook your reader's attention, give them valuable, actionable advice, and pull them into your world. That's a funnel where they have more time to get to know you and to like you, because they will like you, and to trust you. It's really where the magic happens. You want your brand messaging to convert readers into raving and paying fans. But how do you do this? If you don't know the different types of copy, proven strategies to get customers to engage, and take that one call to action that you want them to, then you might find yourself stuck staring at a blank page on your screen and feeling overwhelmed. But don't worry, I'm here to help. Here is everything you need to know about most of the kinds of copywriting and digital marketing, along with some tips and tricks that you can use to get the most out of every line of copy that you write, and again, convert your readers into fans who can't get enough. So first, let's take a look at some of the different types and the more common types of digital marketing copy. So one piece of copy that I write a ton are lead magnets. So you want people to sign up for your email list, right? Of course you do. But you can't just give them the information, right? You wanna get their name and email address from them. And offering your audience a completely free, valuable, actionable piece of content that they sign up for via your email list can be a great way to really grow your email list rapidly. And I tell my clients over and over again the importance of building an email list versus, say, just building a social media following, right? So social media you don't own, it can be taken away, and I have a story about that for you. I'll talk about that probably next week. But your email list is something that you own, and you can take it with you. So you should always be growing an email list. So the piece of content for your lead magnet should really be consistent with your brand, and work to advance your ideal client's business in the right direction. For example, a how-to guide, a checklist, something that will push them forward in their business. And another freebie could be a special offer for your services or products, or even a free chat with you. The word free has tremendous power, and it could be the key to opening up your email marketing to hundreds of new customers. Email campaigns, nurture sequences, and newsletters. Again, pieces of copy that I write all of the time. And striking the right balance between email marketing and content marketing can be a little tricky. You never want your customers to feel like you're selling to them. You want your email marketing to sell, but I like to call it stealthily selling. Your weekly newsletter can often hit that sweet spot and give them something that they look forward to getting on a regular basis. And hopefully they'll become a client over time as well. And the same goes with nurture sequences. So nurture sequences happen after someone leaves their name and email address to download your lead magnet, your free offer. Then they get pushed further into your funnel and they start to receive a nurture sequence. And that nurture sequence really is providing them more valuable information and giving them that time to warm up, to get to know you better, to like you and trust you, and push them through the funnel to a paying customer. And newsletters, going back to newsletters, usually include several different types of content. So, a lot of them will start with maybe a little intro letter that gives your reader a little snapshot into what's happening behind the scenes in your business. And then, pulls them into content that you have through your blog content or upcoming events, special offers, but you don't want it to be super long, but engaging. And you want it to really focus on content that they're going to look forward to and really find valuable. Next is website and landing page copy. So have you ever gone to a website or a landing page only to see tons of text staring back at you. You are looking for more information, or worse, you are looking to buy a product or, download something, and you get so caught up in the copy that you don't even know what to do. Ugh, that's not good. And when you're building a website or a landing page, it's something that you really want to take into consideration. It isn't the amount of copy that you have, it's the quality of the copy. And say, for example, on your homepage, you should really have broad strokes of information about what you do. And the homepage should really focus on your reader and only provide them with that one call to action that you really want them to take. And the same goes for landing pages. We're talking one call to action per landing page. And really that goes for everything. Emails, one call to action. Having a long sales page is fine, but again, one call to action. You don't want people clicking all over the place or trying to figure out exactly what am I supposed to be doing here. So blog posts are basically the bread and butter as far as content marketing goes. And if you instantly want to boost your SEO, provide content for social media, and really prove to your audience that you are an authority in your space, then well-written and thoughtful blog content is a perfect place to start. So when you decide to create blog content on your website, you really do have to consider a few things. You want to make sure that you're speaking to your audience, and how complex are your blog topics going to be? And how often do you want to post? Generally once a week gives you plenty of content for social media, for email marketing, and it updates your website. And remember, you don't have to produce just blog copy. You can record a podcast or record a video, and then that content can easily be tweaked into a blog post. So what's the difference between good copywriting and bad copywriting? Well, I can sum it up in 2 words: readability and relatability. If you offer your customers a lead magnet, nurture sequence, landing page, if it doesn't flow, if it's difficult to read and to follow, if it isn't infused with your brand personality, or offers too many options, too many calls to action, then people will dismiss it and forget it. But if you give them something that's relatable and story-driven, then it quickly engages them and it pulls them in. And one of the best ways to do that is through storytelling. So when I say storytelling, you might be thinking, once upon a time, but that isn't quite what I mean. In the copywriting sense, a story doesn't need characters, settings, or even a plot. It simply means that you're trying to create a memorable connection between you and your audience by connecting with them on a deeper level. And it can be tricky if you're simply listing out the benefits of your products or services in bullet form. Pure data, it's boring. But stories are engaging and fun. Just like a bedtime story, you want to guide your customers through a sequence of rising and falling action with a beginning, that rising action, a middle, that climax, and ending, that falling action. You want to take your customers on an emotional journey with your storytelling marketing efforts. You want to elicit emotions from them along the way, and you can really drastically increase your sales and solidify an emotional bond with them through your brand. So of course, the point of you telling them a story isn't only to entertain and to engage them. You want them to become interested in your business offerings, and it makes you more relatable. And for that to happen, you can't be shy about inspiring them to take action with your call to action. All of your copy needs to get people to take action. Copywriting has a huge impact on making the sell, but you must do it in the right way. The trick is that you don't want all of your copy to be sales, sales, sales all of the time. That isn't interesting to a reader. And you also need to figure out how to ask them for the sell in a way that's not going to annoy them or turn them off. You definitely need to ask for the sell, but you're going to have to find that sweet way of asking. And as I mentioned, I really like to sell stealthily. So readers don't even really realize that I'm selling to them in the copy. And it's not an easy thing to do because you need to provide all of the information that they need, and you definitely want to be honest and never deceive them. And so the secret is through your calls to action. And at its heart, the call to action is what you want someone to do when they reach the end of your copy. So they're really absorbed in your message. They're really, they're ready. Now, should they do next? So once you begin to think about what the call to action is for each piece of content, it makes creating that content so much easier. So do you want them to sign up for a newsletter, register for a webinar, download a free piece of content, jump over to your landing page? You really want to keep it laser focused on the call to action. It needs to be so focused. That really is going to be essential. If you pack your copy with different calls to action, then your reader will definitely become confused about what you want them to do. For example, if you have a landing page that you want to push people to, there should only be one call to action there, nothing else. So you want to remove, like, here's a link to schedule a free call with me, and oh yeah, I have this link to a blog post that might be helpful. Just stick to the one call to action. The bottom line is that you're giving this free content to your customers because you have something of value to offer them. So offer it to them. So talking a lot about copy. So one thing that happens when you're writing a lot of copy is writer's block. So it's an unfortunate reality when you're creating your own copy. It doesn't matter if you're a professional marketer, a novelist, a playwright, a reporter, writer's block can really strike anyone at any time. Trust me, it's happened to me a lot over the past 20 years. Thankfully, I've come up with several strategies to help beat writer's block and get the copy written on time. And probably the most powerful tool I have available to use is a copywriting template. So think of this as sort of a pre-written blog post, email, landing page, whatever it is, and all of the sections, headings, everything's already there. And rather than needing to figure out how to structure everything, all you really have to do is fill in the blanks. And admittedly, they are huge blanks, but it's a start. And if you're using something like, say, Lead Pages to build a landing page, then you already have many tried and true templates available. And if you're working on something like a blog post, then you might want to take a look at some of your older content and break it down to its component parts to create that template. And of course, there's also the chance that you're currently overwhelmed with your day-to-day responsibilities of running your small business. And that's probably the biggest reason why a copywriting strategy falls off for a few weeks. Most small business owners are simply too busy to write. 1,000-word blog post. I mean, that can take up hours, it really can. And, don't even get someone started on a landing page if they don't write them all the time. So a lot of times we partner with our clients to help with this, because it's something that we find over and over again where clients have great ideas and they have great content and they, have all these things that they are fantastic at, but just don't have the time to write, a compelling landing page or to create a lead magnet or, build their webinar script. A lot of copywriting tasks really do come our way because people really do need that extra support. And some people don't like writing their own copy, they just don't want to do it. Or if they do enjoy it, a lot of times they'll send it to us to polish it, edit it. And, after all, there's so many things that can happen with copywriting. There's grammar and, oh my gosh, there's, a lot. So definitely can hand it over to our team and, we can take a look at it and get it in polished perfection for you. So many small business owners think about marketing kind of like fishing. So they want to cast the widest net possible to bring in more people. But unfortunately, this does not work. In digital marketing, you really need to know who your ICA is. So in other words, your ideal customer, right? So what they like, what they respond to, what they seek out, this is the audience you should be fishing for. It's not to say that your products or services won't appeal to other folks as well, but you want to convert the most people into paying customers. And for that to happen, you need to write for your ICA. So let's kind of backtrack and talk a little bit about what we've learned so far. So copywriting really is at the heart of your brand messaging. The types of copy used in digital marketing can really vary depending on what your digital marketing strategies are. But Readability and relatability really are the key to creating effective copy. And the point of all copy is to get people to take action. Your calls to action should be woven into every single piece of copy that you write, but you need to keep a focus on a single call to action. Don't have multiple calls to action in your content. And if you feel like you're kind of going to get stuck, remember that there's lots of different types of templates out there to help you get over any type of writer's block or if you get stuck. And of course, if that doesn't work, then give us a call. We'll be happy to help with writing or editing your copy. And of course, don't forget that all of your copy should be written for your ideal customer, your ICA. And then remember when I was talking about using a template that can help you finish writing a blog or other types of copy in no time at all? Well, I do have a free blog breakdown workbook. You can grab it in the notes at jennylyon.com/blog workbook. I also have a download that will help you identify your ICA, and you can grab that at jennylyon.com/ICA. In the blog breakdown workbook, I break down all of the parts of a perfect blog into an easy to follow template that you can use anytime you're feeling stuck with writer's block, and you can get through that blog post quick. And for the ICA template, that's exactly what it is. It walks you through the process to really identify who your ICA is, and it'll make writing that blog post a snap. I hope you found these tips on copywriting helpful. I think they'll really push your digital marketing strategies to that next level that you're looking for. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to help. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you here next time.